So we're staying where we are, or you've decided you want to switch locations. So you're either in a chair or you're seated on the floor on a folded blanket with the knees bent. We're going to do some more torso work. So if you're comfortable here, that's fine. If you're more comfortable with legs folded, that's fine. But if your hips are up here when your legs are folded, it's actually not a really good position for your back. Kind of be better off just with the knees bent and the feet flat. Other option is legs perfectly straight out with the knees still a little bit soft. So if you're on the mat, you decide where you're putting your legs. If you're on a chair, you don't have a whole lot of choice. You're just in the chair and your knees are bent and you're relaxed forward. So we're going to do a little bit lateral side bends and twists. So on the inhale, wherever you are, inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, drop the right arm to the floor or a supportive place on the chair. And then sweep over with the left. And then inhale, draw both arms back up. Exhale, sweep the left hand down. Reach over with the fingertips. Now let's think about this a little bit more. When we're reaching out through the right fingertips, it's actually the right upper side seams drawing us back up to sit. So see if you could feel that as you come back up. And then now, before we come down to the side, really snuggle the left hip down into the chair or mat so it doesn't come up with us as we go to the right. It wants to. So drop the right hand to the floor or chair. Left hip pressing into the mat, left fingertips reaching overhead. And now let's feel the left upper side seam drawing us back upright. Drop the left hand, snuggle right hip into the chair, reach out with the right fingertips, and then upper side seam contracts and draws us back up to center. So let's rest here for a moment. Arms overhead, and then let's drop the arms out like airplane arms. And you can keep your palms towards the floor, which is going to be a little bit of effort for the tops of the shoulders. And if that's too much effort for the tops of the shoulders, you flip your hands to the ceiling, bend your elbows a little bit. Either way, this is going to be our inhale. Then we're going to exhale, and we're slowly going to rotate to the right. And now don't try to worry about making this super deep. It's our first twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, rotate to the left. And here we're going to really notice the abdominals. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, release back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, release back to center. Exhale into the twist, and this time drop the hands to just a comfortable place on the body. So we're not going to use the hands to crank ourselves around. It's just the hands are resting in support. So if you're in a chair, maybe the back arm drapes on the chair. Maybe the front hand rests on the right knee. But now we just relax into our twist and breathe. So let the twist itself, the position of the body, relax and release these side seam muscles. So we'll take about 2 more deep inhales and exhales here. And so we're not twisting to the end of our range of motion and holding on for dear life. It's not that kind of twist, not trying to go to the max. Settling into a place where muscles can release. And then let's settle back to center and do the same thing on the other side. Take the twist. Let the hands rest places in support that are comfortable for you. And then just breathe. And you might notice that after a breath or two, you start to lose some of that twist sensation and you realize, oh, maybe I can deepen another inch and still feel comfortable. So notice the benefit of the pose. Make sure you are receiving that benefit. And then relax back to center. And then we're going to take a forward fold. If you're in a chair, you're going to start to drape forward in any kind of position. So you can bring forearms or elbows to knees, and this can be your forward fold. If you have a little bit more room to go and you want to bring your hands down to blocks or to shins or to feet, just it's not this forward fold. This is the thing we see a lot. Arms are dangling in space, spine is curved. So if you're forward folding, reach out long through the spine, lengthen as long as you can lengthen, flattening the back, and then you can let the head and shoulders drop. So if you're on a mat, you're going to take whatever forward fold is comfortable for you based on your leg position. So you can have your legs straight in a forward fold on the mat. If you're seated, not seated, seated, cross-legged, you can forward fold that way. Or if you have your feet on the floor and the knees bent, you can forward fold that way. So it really just depends on where you are in space and what's right for you. Now, if you're in a chair, you have the potential in your forward fold to have your head lower than your heart, which isn't as easy on the floor. So if you are in a very deep forward fold here, you have to be mindful of blood pressure issues, and you want to think about coming up really slowly so you don't get that kind of head rush feeling. And if you do have blood pressure issues, you also don't want to actually stay too long in a forward fold. And then come back up and sit.